Deep Rock Galactic, the Dwarf mining game. We're going to have a look at this and see if it's actually worth your money. Don't forget to tickle that like button. The puppy likes it. I like it too. You start off in the space rig and you're a dwarf and you shoot off on those big drop pods and you go zipping down to what I initially thought was an asteroid out there, but it actually transpires it is a planet called Hoxxes 4. Now before we get into the real guts of the video, which will be in about 5 minutes time, I'm going to give you a quick overview of the game itself, the various options that it has, and what it basically is like if you have no idea what this game is. You've got 4 dwarf character classes, are very distinct. The first one is a driller. It is as you would expect it to be. The second one is an engineer, builds sentry guns and platforms. The third one is a gunner, got a mini gun, lots of firepower, all that sort of stuff. And the last one is a scout. Now, they are really, really different, and each one has good abilities, but it works best when partnered with one or more of the other character classes. As you progress, you can also unlock these things called perks. They are like little soft boosts for your character. They don't overpower it, but they give you an advantage sometimes in one situation or another. They work really well, to be honest. Like most of these games, you have a lot of customization. You unlock these as you progress the levels. You can change your different armor, you can change the color of your skin, your different headwear, all the normal sort of stuff. It's pretty good. Then you have an equipment screen where you've got your various items that you have. As you start, you unlock more as you go along, and there are lots of perks that you can apply, or upgrades I should say, and you unlock those as you progress through the levels, and they give your weapon a bit of a boost in various fashions. When you progress, the quickest way to progress is by doing assignments. You can progress in other ways, but here I'm doing an assignment which is going to require a number of missions. I've done 4 of them, and this is where you select your missions. This is actually Hoxxes 4. This is the various zones or biomes. Now each one is listed, and you can actually click into them and see what they are and see which ones you want to do. The one flashing is the next one in your assignment, but you don't necessarily have to do that. But it has a good variety of biomes. We'll go into those in a little bit. And you can play this solo, you can play it with hosting your friends, or you can play it public. That means opening up access of your game to other people. And you can join other people's games. By going to the service list, you can actually see there how much time is left in the game, how many people are in the team, is there a space or a vacancy. It works really well. I've never had a problem with it yet. Like all these games now, you have all these little fun things you can do on the space rig. You can drink and get little boosts for the missions, and you've got a little dance jukebox machine. Yeah, cute, you know how these things go. But ultimately it comes down to slapping the dice, getting in your drop pod, sitting down, watching the doors shut, and going down to Hoxxes 4. It's always a lot of fun when you're sitting in a drop pod with your mates, you're watching the counter drop down to the depth that you're going down to do your mining. Slap the dice, of course, for that good luck. Everyone does it. Exit out into whatever biome to start your mission. And in this one, I'm turning around to watch the drop pod disappear and leave me down on Hoxxes 4 to do the mission. Now, there are 9 distinct biomes on Hoxxes 4. I'm not going to go into them all. I'm just going to give you a quick sample. This is the magma biome. Let's call it that. I love it. Then you got a sort of a swampy biome. Very oppressive. You've got a crystal biome. Lots of crystals and glows and all sorts of carrying. You've got the salt pits. And you've got this glacial Arctic biome as well. And you have a desert biome, amongst others, and all the biomes have these elemental effects that you can affect you. This is a desert storm, and in this particular situation, me and my teammates had fallen down into this big canyon, and you can see these blasts of cold air, and they were causing us a lot of problems. In fact, the insects dropping down were getting frozen as well. Quite humorous to watch, to be honest. There are 6 distinct mission types. Let's quickly go over those. You have the egg hunt, where you're going out and getting these eggs and bringing them back. And in this one I'm doing it solo, and Bosco has gone and collected that for me. Thank you, Bosco. You have salvage operations where you're basically repairing some mules. These are the things that you use to put your resources into and other things. You have what you call point extraction, where you're dropped into one location and you're mining the stuff around you and putting it back into this sort of central base. You have a normal mining expedition where you're going out collecting resources of different types to fulfill the actual requirements of the mission. And you have elimination, everyone's favourite, where you're ultimately having to take on the dreadnoughts, which can be very, very tough and a lot of fun. The last one is what you call deep dives. Now you only unlock these when you level one character to level 25. Take note of that because it's important. Moving on, we have mission mutators. These are add-ons to various missions, not on every single one, but you do see a lot of them. And the first lot are warnings, which essentially make your mission a lot harder. The next lot are anomalies. Most of these are very beneficial, low gravity, extra gold, extra XP, that type of stuff. And of course, random events. These are side adventures, if you want to think of them like that, where if you complete them successfully, you get unlocks, extra skins, and when you get to level 25, you get better side missions. Last but not least are the creature encounters. These are really good to come across, often add quite a different flavour to the mission that you are on. Very, very good addition, those. So let's go over the main things. You have 4 dwarf classes. They are very distinct from each other, and remember, each one complements the other. They have multiple perks, multiple upgrades. There are 9 distinct biomes. They are procedurally generated. I was listening to one guy, he'd played 400 or 500 hours, and he said he had never seen one map repeat itself, and I can actually vouch for that myself. The procedural generation here works really well. There are 5 main mission types with an extra deep dive mission, and within those mission types there are multiple difficulty levels, so you have lots of layers there. There are the mutators, of course, which add variations to the missions, and then you have these creature encounters put on top, and these random events. All of those by themselves would actually be really good, but the great thing about Deep Rock Galactic is it takes all of those things and it mixes them together. And in that mix, that randomness, you end up with an incredibly diverse game experience. Yes, it's always the same game, but each adventure, each mission is so unbelievably different. It is quite superb. But not only is that diversity really important, you also have the balance between failure in missions. How hard are the missions? How often do you fail? And you get enough of this screen to be quite frustrating at times, but it is balanced out just right with missions that are successful. The balance of those two things, the number of failures to the number of successes, is extremely important in a game. And overall, as I've been playing it, changing the difficulty level of each mission, I find it to be a very balanced game experience. But really it is about the co-op. Together we can do it, stay together, that's what the poster says in your room on the space rig. When you're playing with other players in this game, not only do you need them to bring that firepower to the mission that you may not have and to cover your back, but you also need them to actually complete a number of the missions. Here we have one player building our way out of this pit, building platforms, indicating where he wants me to go. We have another player using a zip line to traverse. On this mission, they are keeping the bugs off me while I am picking up the loot and putting it into the side adventure. It didn't work out, but that was the idea. All working together, trying to achieve one goal, in a state of panic. Then you have these mad dashes to the line to get to the drop pod before the time runs out. Crazy mad dashes where everyone's hoping that they can get to the drop pod before it leaves Hoxxes 4 and your mission is a failure. Then you have these encounters where they take you totally by surprise.
Get past it, get past it. Oh no, I'm down. I'm down.
And it all goes horribly wrong. Of course, when you're down, you can scroll through the views and watch your teammate try to rescue you and everyone else.
You got it, brother. You got it, brother. We have faith in you. The dwarfs have faith in you.
Got you. Run!
He's gone for the jump. No, he's down. He's down. He's down.
Naturally, of course, it doesn't always work out. But that's okay, because in this game, you can be the hero too. You can be the one saving all your teammates and keeping the mission alive.
You are carrying the game.
Oh, it's just I got lucky.
So let's summarize everything we've been talking about here. It is a diverse game experience. It is a balanced game experience. It has excellent co-op design, and what this ultimately means, it makes for a very compelling game. I've played a lot of co-op games in my life, and this is definitely one of the better ones. Don't forget to like and subscribe, that would be much appreciated. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next chapter.
What? Why is there a boss in this level? This is just a normal level. Okay, shoot this damn thing.
I'm gonna throw... No, I couldn't throw a grenade at it.